making sure Donald Trump will be the 47th president, to ensuring that we have great candidates to expand our lead in the House and to take back the Senate. So
will
that's
the
what I can
RNC
tell you.
help pay his legal bills?
I actually don't know where they stand on that. Obviously, I'm not officially with the RNC, so I have to get back to you on that.
Would you support the RNC supporting his legal bills?
Well, I think that his legal bills have already been covered at this point, and I think that you've already seen how upset the people of this country are, so much so that they started a GoFundMe page for my father-in-law, because they can see just how egregious and outrageous all of this is that he has to deal with. So I think he's already got that covered.
Lara Trump suggesting Republican voters would support the RNC paying her father-in-law's legal bills.
Well,
judgments that are hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, you know, Willie, we talked about this yesterday. This is one of the reasons why Donald Trump has 200,000 less contributors at this point in the election cycle than he did even 4 years ago. It's because so many people know it's like giving money to Jim and Tammy Faye Baker. I mean, they're going to give their money, you know, to lawyers and other things, and not the actual electing of a president. And so the idea now that you have, again, it's so corrupt. It's just such a grift. Now they're saying, yes, let's give even more money instead of to Senate candidates, to House candidates, to field operations, to advertising. Let's give more to Donald Trump's really bad lawyers.
Yeah, and again, he's a self-proclaimed billionaire who's asking working class people to chip in $5, $10, $20 to pay his legal bills for alleged crimes he has committed. He's asking them to pay, but we thought he had all this money. We thought his beach club was worth $100 million, and he lives on Fifth Avenue, and he's got the plane and all of that stuff. And you're right, Joe, this is a racket. I mean, so Lara Trump, it looks like, will be put, at least if she's not the head of the RNC, she'll be the co-head of the RNC. It's a family business. She'll do whatever he says, just like Congress does whatever he says, but she's literally a member of the family. So they can dig deeper down this hole, Joe, and they can keep playing to the 10, 15, 20%. They can keep taking for granted all of their voters, and I guess thinking they're dumb enough to think that they should be giving their money away and flushing it down the toilet like this. But they're going to do it. And there are enough people, as you just cited in that Financial Times report, that he has 200,000 fewer donors this time around than he did 4 years ago for this very reason. They don't want to give money to pay his legal bills. And by the way, his campaign and his PACs are burning through money way faster than they're raising it. So financially, this is a disaster that they appear to want to continue.
Jonathan Lemire and Mike Barnicle are still with us, and joining the conversation, professor at Princeton University, Eddie Glaude Jr., former chairman of the Republican National Committee and co-host of MSNBC's The Weekend, Michael Steele, and former senior aide to the Biden campaign and Clinton campaigns, Adrian Elrod. Good to have you all on board this hour. Donald Trump is still bragging about being the one to get Roe v. Wade overturned.
As he says, terminated.
Brag, brag, brag. During a speech at a Christian media convention in Nashville last night, Trump took responsibility for the Supreme Court's decision and claimed, quote, everyone on both sides agrees with it.
From my first day in office, I took historic action to protect the unborn like nobody has ever done. I was able to bring this issue for the first time in 54 years back to the states where everybody agrees on both sides. Everybody agrees that's where it should be, back in the states. It was so important. Everybody on both sides.
3 Alabama clinics have now suspended their